Good morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. How's everybody doing? All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who is one, the Supreme, the Authority, the Rider, the force that moves all things in place. There is none like Him. Praise and glory to the Spirit, which you cannot see. Do not give praise and glory to anything that is of the flesh. If it was of the flesh, it's not God Supreme. It's something that was used of the Supreme Creator. Understand that God created evil first. Well, He created evil, and then He breathed the breath of life into another man. Let's begin here. Numbers 33. Here are the stages in the journey of the Israelites when they came out of Egypt by division under the leadership of Moses and Aaron. At the Lord's command, Moses recorded the stages in their journey. This is their journey by stages. The Israelites set out from Ramesses on the 15th day of the first month, the day after the Passover. They marched out defiantly in full view of all the Egyptians who were burying all their firstborns, whom the Lord had struck down among them, for the Lord had brought judgment on their gods. See, now, listen, the Lord had brought judgment on their gods. Well, who do the Egyptians think of themselves as gods? This is a lowercase gods. So if we were to go to Bible Hub, I'm trying to help you understand something, that if we are an infinite piece, the smallest fragment, a fraction, not even a drop, but 1,000% of one drop of infinite, then you are as infinite as if the earth was something the size of the earth was infinite. We are part of that. But we're getting to gods here against the other gods, which is Elohim. It's also a plural of Eloah. The number in the Strong's Concordance here is 430. Okay? And this God, these gods are used. See, when you start understanding that there's something that's created in an image, these gods that are created in an image are simply an illusion. Okay? Understand that those gods that are created are an illusion on the sixth day. Everything that was created on the sixth day is without the breath of life on it. So that when the Supreme Spirit says that He uses other gods, uses the Israelites or uses whoever to destroy, you got to understand, when you engage in sin, then the Spirit is going to correct you with an evil parasite. He's going to bring evil into your life. When you're in sin, you have evil in your life. When you have evil in your life, you're having problems in your relationships, you're having problems at work, you're having problems in your personal life, you're having problems with your drugs or your alcohols. It's that simple. This is why the Spirit requires us to worship Him in spirit and truth. Please write these down so you understand that just because it says God, look, there is a supreme God here. These gods, these lowercase gods, men who consider themselves gods, those in God we trust. You know what it says there on the back of the dollar bill? Right here. In God we trust. Can you see that? I can't see because it's so dark in here. Okay, so in God we trust. That's their God. Money's their God. Women are their gods. Satan used women, right? I got shut down because yesterday I got shut down. I'm not able to comment because I said something on a channel, on a short, about two women getting married. And I spoke my piece on their channel and said that what they're doing is an abomination to the Lord, and that there are consequences for that behavior, and they shut me down. All I did was post Revelations 21:8, and I got hit with hate speech because I posted it in a gay room, a lesbian room. Okay, so when it says gods here, judgment on their gods, he's talking lowercases gods. He's talking about gods that are used. People that are trapped inside of this plane of existence, more than likely they'll never be able to escape this reality construct that we're in. You are underneath of a vault of heaven. You are trapped in your psyche, and you are trapped in your flesh suit because you've fallen away from the spirit. So he's created mankind evil, so you'll come back to him in the proper worship of spirit. The Israelites left Ramesses and camped at Succoth. They left Succoth and camped at Etham on the edge of the desert. They left Etham, turned back to Pi Hatheroth to east of Bel Zephon, and camped near Migdol. So I probably understand a great deal why people don't read the Bible, because if people tried reading the Bible and the names who haven't really practiced the names of these Bibles, you chop them up, you'll kill you. You sound like an idiot trying to read these names. They left Pi Hatheroth and passed through the sea into the desert, and when they had traveled for 3 days in the desert of Etham, they camped at Marah. They left Marah and went to Elim, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there. They left Elim and camped by the Red Sea. They left the Red Sea and camped in the desert of Sin. They left the desert of Sin and camped at Dophkah. They left Dophkah and camped at Alush. They left Alush and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. They left Rephidim and camped in the desert of Sinai. Sin AI. Don't you find it odd? I mean, really, you have AI and sin in the word Sinai, the desert of Sinai. They left the desert of Sinai and camped at Kibroth Hattaavah. They left Kibroth Hattaavah and camped at Hazeroth. They left Hazeroth and camped at Rithmah. They left Rithmah and camped at Ramon Perez. They left Ramon Perez and camped at Libnah. They left Libnah and camped in Rishah. They left Rishah and camped in Kehelathah. They left Kehelathah and camped at Mount Shepher. They left the Mount Shinir and camped in Heradah. They left Heradah and camped in Mechaloth. They left Mechaloth and camped at Tahath. They left Tahath and camped in Terah. They left in Terah and camped in Mithkah. They left Mithkah and camped in Hashmanah. They left Hashmanah and camped in Moseroth. They left Moseroth and camped in Bene Jacan. They left Bene Jacan and camped at Or Haggad. They left Haggadah and camped at Jothbathah. They left Jobathah and camped at Abranah. They left Abranah and camped at Ezion Geber. They left Ezion Geber and camped at Kadesh in the desert of Zin. They left Kadesh and camped at Mount Orah on the border of Edom. At the Lord's command, Aaron the priest went up Mount Or, where he died on the first day of the 5th month of the 14th year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Or. And remember, God Supreme has said that your man's days will be 120. He's not going to contend with mankind, for their days will be 120. The Canaanites, king of Arad, who lived in Negev of Canaan, heard that the Israelites were coming. They left Mount Or and camped at Zalmunna. They left Zalmunna, camped at Punon. They left Punon and camped at Oboth. They left Oboth and camped at Lai Abarim on the border of Moab. They left Lai Abarim and camped at Dibon Gad. They left Dibon Gad and camped at Almon Diblathaim. They left Almon Diblathaim and camped in the mountains of Abarim near Nebo. They left the mountains up. Look, that's a lot of moving around, folks. If I may say, that's a lot of moving around. I'm 61 years old, and I've moved well over a dozen times in my life, and there is nothing fun at this age moving around. So I could only imagine how dreadful it must have been to pack up, move, set down, pack up, move, set down, over and over and over. Like no home for the Israelites. It's like you guys are moving all over the place. Why do you suppose that is? With all these moves, it makes it very difficult for you to know where your home is at. But your home isn't here. This isn't really your home. Our souls are outside this plane of existence, and your flesh suit is a host for your soul. You understand? They left Kadesh and camped at Mount Or on the border of Edom. At the Lord's command, Aaron, the priest, went up to Mount Or, where he died on the first day. I'm sorry, I read that. Of the 5th month of the 14th year after the Israelites came out of Egypt, Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Or. The Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in Negev of Canaan, heard that the Israelites were coming. They left Or. I'm way down here, man. I've read all this. Sorry. They left Almon Diblathaim and camped in the mountain of Abarim near Nebo. That was the last thing that I read. They left the mountain of Abiram and camped on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. There on the plains of Moab, they camped along the Jordan from Beth Jeshimoth to Abel Shittim. On the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho, the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you cross the Jordan into Canaan, drive out all the inhabitants of the land before you. Destroy all their carved images and their cast idols, and demolish all their high places. Take possession of the land and settle in it, for I have given you the land to possess. Distribute the land by lot, according to your clans. To a larger group give a larger inheritance, and to a smaller group a smaller one. Whatever falls to them by lot will be theirs, distributed according to the ancestral tribes. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land, those you allow to remain will become barbs in your eyes and thorns in your side. They will give you trouble in the land where you will live, and then I will do to you what I plan to do to them." So all I can say is, to the Gentile, to that race that was created on the 6th day, your gods, your ancients, your ancestors, your politicians, your kings, your queens have written you a story and have sold you a pack of lies where you think that we're all one human race. It's the most crucial thing for salvation, for you to understand that you are of the walking dead. If you serve any of the idols, okay, may they all be crushed and destroyed and beat down and smashed, okay? I just, look at this picture here, folks. Look at this thing. To me, it's horrifying. People worship this, okay? A stick metal. Take a frickin' baseball bat and smash it. Destroy it. Tear it up, man. anything that's made of fucking plastic, wood, stones, metal, or anything else that's carved into an idol that you people are worshiping are complete nutbags. That's all I can say to you, man. All right? Figure this shit out. So they're telling you straight out, man, that if you don't get rid of us, the Gentile nations, you allow them to remain in your cities and stuff, that they will be a thorn in your side. And aren't we? I mean, come on, folks. Look what they did with the nation. They shut our nation down. They shut the world down for 3 years, and they told you in their commercials, like birds of a feather, all in it together. You can't get it? The governments worldwide are one world order. Right here. Images of the United Nations. Here's your one world order. United Nations Ministry. It's here, folks. The New World Order is in effect. Understand, before it became the United Nations Ministries, this is all new. This isn't Mandela effect to me. This is what it was. General Assembly of the United Nations. Okay, it's went through stages through the course of time. These stages, each one has a different name. The United Nations Ministries, United Nations Headquarters it was, United Nations, right there, the flags, United Nations flags, nations, unis, united. Royalty-free United Nations images. Okay, and what else are we looking at here? The General Assembly. And what is this? No, it's not a Cadillac emblem. It's a flat earth emblem. This is a flat earth emblem. This, friends, is a flat earth map. They're hiding the truth right in front of you. Right there. These are all the governments that rests on Jesus Christ's shoulders. Right here, man. It's time to wake up. You're living in a delusion. These are the beast nations. All of them. Any nation that sits at the United Nations is a beast nation. These are demons and devils. Look at this zombie over here. Look at this. These are the walking dead. You get that? You have to swallow this pill. These are the evil of the world. Parasites, the dead, the walking dead. All praise and glory must go to the Supreme Spirit of Truth, the living God, who is one. This is White Raptor News Ministries.